So before, or after last time, I actually pasted this thing down and did a little bit of preliminary testing just to see what I was getting myself into. And I fed some test items through. As you can see, I fed a belt and then some track, iron, copper iron, and then a belt again. And that seemed okay until we get to here, where a belt's disappeared. It did appear here, but that doesn't quite explain where, because there's also a belt missing here. Likewise here. Basically, somewhere inside here, two belts have just vanished. This thing's just eaten belt whole. I have no idea where it's gone. I'll probably never find it as well. So it could be an issue, but we'll see how we go. Also, that's the old one. And sure, one of these had a problem too. Yeah, it was a diagonal. Oh well. Trash that. There we go. Now I want some belt. The belt blueprint. So this is the 64 lane balancer. And this is the 32. I have a feeling I might be able to stack two 32s here. Because these are actually... The 32 is just two 16s with some extra stuff on it. Does that mean that they're on one of the splitters with nowhere to go? It means there's probably a backwards underground somewhere. And I can't see it. Actually need the 64? Yeah. I tried reducing as much as possible. Like, this one only uses a 32. It's basically all the odd destinations the balance is for. It's mainly to deal with all the smaller drains. Can I see to get the controller to line up with storage? Ah, crap. That's an old one. Very old one. So normally it's horizontal like so. And this would then glue to the side of it. It also doesn't matter what you attach it to, it can be anything. So if we come over here, it should do something like that. Where that is there. Should do. Leave that on production. That's also old. So get rid of that. The thought came to my mind, it might be one of the different controllers. Nope. Because there's another controller I have which doesn't inherently connect. The one which actually changes colour to red. Where'd that go? Got it? Ah, good. Yeah, last time I figured out the distribution of this thing. Copper only needs like a 16 or something, conveniently. But yes, the iron on the other hand does need more. I'm already oh. That's bad. So I think this was actually redundant too. So that can actually go. It sorta kinda made it a full throughput balancer, but not at the same time. which is handy because that reduces the length of it. It's got to be interesting because it's first thing in the morning, I'm still kind of tired and trying to headache out of such a big balancer. It's not going to be fun. The reason I had the 32 out was to see how I could adapt it. Did I build it myself? No, this is from Zenith. He built it back in version 12. Possibly version 11 even. A long time ago. Oh no, this is 12. It's 12, but I know because it doesn't have the fast corners and such. So yeah, that's the footprint of a 32. And I think the 16 was usernames. Yeah. Hey Elio. Just joined? Wonderful. Usually the first thing people say when they just join is, I'm confused. Now. 16. 16. A 16. And a 16. Good old bots are always out of charge. So... I might scoop up this junk. Yeah. I'm confused. Of course. It actually makes a change from everyone shouting to do it this way or do it that way in most Factorio streams. I think I was watching Bacon Donut and everyone was saying do it this way, do it that way, and he's just trying to figure out how to do, like, just place an assembler down and set up an assembler. It's quite the contrast. Okay. So now I'm just running back and forth pretending to try and understand this thing. So this first stage is basically for exchanging items between the far extremes. Like this would switch between the 4 16s, I think. So in theory, you go down there. What does it? Is this thing called a balancer? Yeah, it is actually called a balancer. Just a very, very big one. Just trying to think how it goes down. So half of it goes and ends up... Half? Yeah, half. Ends up here into quarter. Which... ends more goes down there. No? Yeah, there. But I'm not seeing a way for it to get to here. I'm gonna have to look at the other one. Which is quite easy by comparison. Let's see. So that goes across. And then back to there. They both go across actually. there. Yeah, and these will then go further across to there. There to there. Wait a minute. 1, 2. You go there. It's raining bots. Hey, Video Game Geek. Sure is. These two go across to there. Yeah, basically ascending across. Oh, it's way too early in the morning to figure this thing out. Am I trying to design one by myself? I'm trying to bring this one, or modernize this one. But I'm trying to make sense of how it actually works. Working on yellow science at 1,000 a minute. What a copper beast. Oh yeah. It's surprisingly hungry for copper. I mean, you compare it to production packs, which is like so hungry for steel. Maybe those first things were important. In theory, it's a one... Like, it sends one to there. Like, if one comes in there, one goes there, one goes there, one goes there, and one goes there. A thingy network. One yellow belt of red was not enough. A bottleneck. Blue, iron, yellow, purple, steel, yellow, copper. Working with dice sock. In between that die world mod. More brainy. I tried out Die World and it's not that interesting. Kinda strange. Speaking of kinda strange. Right, how about I start pulling it up and... I just don't get what half of this is doing. This was made before some of the more modern understandings. It's getting better with every version. Ooh, nice. I've been wondering about making my own ore resource and refining overhaul. Not quite Bob's grade, not quite Angel's grade, but you know, something that adds a little bit of something. I'll hang on to that. How do you control module making to bottleneck everything? Modules... the preferred way to do modules is to use these things. These builds. If only there was like a radar or something. There we go. I do actually have a plan to incorporate these into the Make Everything. I just haven't got around to it yet. I think Exterminus Base has one of the variants. But the standard module build's kinda crap. The one that I've got in there overproduces on like level 1s and level 2s like crazy. And that's a problem with the craft time. When you first get to Make Everything, this combinator here is off and that needs to be on to turn it on to start it. Alrighty. So, I want to go from you. Let's just say you come down like so. You to there, to there. Heard Will's taking a break. I miss the days of version 15 sim map. Yeah, he's taking a bit of an extended break. Just because it's been a bit slow lately, and everyone's been a little low on Factorio motivation. Alrighty. Let's see what you got. I was just thinking too, I think this actually needs a four-way balancer to do what I'm trying to do beforehand, before I can do it. Like, I need a four-way balancer on here. Actually, that's, might have been kind of important. Record breaking 1,029 views. Ooh. It's huge. Alright. So... Nope, that didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. It was definitely within 60 seconds. Surely. Try again. Unless chat's just being slow. There we go. So what do we got is... modules... There's a circuit wire linking it. I think I've done that before too with the circuit wires a few times. I did that on like the SpaceX 2 map, I remember. So... right now you turn them off only by hand. I actually stop the output. You can turn them off by hand as well. I think I have a limit set on these. Yeah, so less than 2,000 in storage, then it makes them. What have I got? 13,000. And same for productivity. Yeah, 5,000. There you go. These numbers are a bit excessive. Only a bit. Not a huge amount. Oh yeah, you can actually get away with one substation now instead of 4, like with the old blueprint. But yeah, I use the logistics network connection. It's not the most perfect way because it means that the behind it still tries to run. But usually when I run this thing, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't mind that this thing's fully backed up with productivity modules itself. These are all backed up with modules. This base was at one point a module making base. That was its sole purpose in life. Just make more modules. Voice not centered? Ah, not again. Okay. All good now? Wonderful. There was a Windows update when I turned off my computer last night, and that's probably affected it. So this... You go there. I can technically span further, but I don't want to. There. Oh, actually it needs to go the closer one. It needs to go here. This is going to get insanity to the maxi. Actually, no. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? You want to go there. Then you come across. So 1, 2... 1, 2 goes there. Once I get the swing of it, it should be okay. And you go there. Like so. And they come from here. Got any blueprint for a display to say how many modules are made? Nothing graphical, unfortunately. I never formulated a proper one. So... in theory it needs that there. And I add one of these. Don't use an active provider chest, that's bad. $64. Power. Where the hell is power? There. So that distributes that into 4s. Yep. It's 1, 2. There. And splits that 4 into 16. Last one there. Yeah, there. Oh, this is the next one actually. Ooh, hello. Yeah, nah. Because I actually plugged into the wrong one, that's why. No matter, that's why we're testing as we go. So yeah, that distributed out to there. Not to there, but to here and to here, just fine. So that's essentially what I want. Kind of working at least. But yeah, it needs a 4-way going in for each input. So that means for 16... I think I'm starting to understand why it had a 16 on the beginning originally, or on the bottom originally. Because for a 16, then it only needs to go... like, 2 can go through, and then 2, 1, 2, or something like that. It doesn't actually have to distribute anywhere near as much. because the ratio is smaller. Now, as far as this goes, I'm actually thinking about swapping these. So this goes like here. Is it necessary is a real question. Also, I have to get 3 belts into here. So 3 from the rest of the world. I might give it a space of 4. So there. Should pop into Exterm's Bob Angel's map. Ooh, is he on? Ah, not yet. I think he's, I've actually been on that map for a little while. I have to do quite a bit of catching up, because I've only done Bob's, I haven't done the full Bob's Angels yet. So there's a lot of the smelting, that I don't know about. Oh, for the video. He wants to keep it single player for now. Alrighty. So you keep going. You keep going. Yeah, I thought you meant like on streaming or something. Yeah. Difficult mod pack, head hurt, yeah. I really need to sit down and actually take it on, tackle it. So... I need these 3 to move out the way. So there. What is my mod of the... What's the opinion of the mod that auto removes finished miner? I do quite like it. I've played with it. I actually had that on the last Bob's Angels game back in 13. Very useful, but I haven't used it in this map just because I don't want it manually picking up, so I can re-drill remotely, like along here, so I don't have to go out there and re-drill. Other than that, there's no reason why I shouldn't. Hey, it's a Fallen Sun Gaming. How's it going? And a Fallen Sun kitty cat. And a Shadenturg as well. How are we doing? Pretty good. A little sleepy though, because I was up at like 4 AM, 4:30 and I started watching YouTube videos. Almost put Buddy there. That would be embarrassing. Alrighty. So that's the first lot. Now the second lot is much the same. Where is it actually? There. Yeah, so there comes to here. Was up way too late as well? You were up way too late as well? Couldn't sleep and have a test? Oh, brutal. A test with no sleep. It's the worst kind of test. Yeah, there is the last one. There, and then there. So there. There. Either got close to 100% or failed horribly. It's a very binary approach. Oh. Crap. Oh, let's try this again. Electrical third period. Ah, you're doing, yeah. Doop. Wait, no. See, this is the sleepiness kicking in. Making mistakes. So you come back to here. To there. Then you come to here. Like so. Were you able to figure out why the balancer wasn't working? I think it was an error stamping it. It was somewhere in the thing that I deconstructed anyway, which is getting optimized. Optimus Prime is one of the answers. So... this hurts my head. Hey Kane, what's reroll simulator? Anti-preparing for a speedrun. It's just him rerolling 11 billion times. Okay. Shouldn't be its final place, but we'll deal with it. For now. I'm actually getting slightly worried that this is going to become impossible to solve in the end. Only slightly worried. So, next one. But I'll plow on regardless. Next one. Ah! Oh, you missed a bucket with a sub. God, that's loud. Ugh. 3 sub high for 5 months. 5 months with a resub. Thank you very much, Mr. Bucket. You're definitely sticking it out. Thank you very much. Hey, yes, fallen sub hype. Get on the hype train. The kitty cat hype train. I need to actually start. I think I need to start actually subbing. Normally I like just throwing money directly. But I need to start subbing so I can get some emotes for the sub hype. I don't have a hype emote. You got the cat. I don't even have an emote yet. Emote. There you go. There's a proper hype train. What amount of balancer is this? 64. Now. So we continue along. To there. To there, and then there, and then there. And then there, and then there. And then there. There, to there, to there, not there. To not there, to not there. Make an emote of a piece of bacon. And call it bacon donut. Or discount bacon donut. There, and then there. And then there, and then there. And then there. One suggestion was to make a Factorio blueprint book. And I quite like that one. But I haven't heard it, much response for or against it. So I've just been holding out to see what people think before actually doing it. Alright, last one of this group. It's 3. A close-minded partner, 66% of the last criteria, the first 2 are actually done. So if I can manage to get 75 viewers consistently for the rest of November, I can actually get partnership. Which is pretty cool, actually. Oh, I'm out of thingies. I need more thingies. Give me more thingies, you stupid bots. Is it big enough to put any image? Not quite. Factorio cog or an M or something. That's another thought, but I don't think there is enough room for it. What is your opinion of limit them when blue chip is low? Partner with Twitch. So limit them when they're low is not a bad idea, but it is a bit tricky to... I think it is a bit tricky to implement... Oh, no, actually. No, you would have to stop the request when blues go low. That's actually quite involved. You would need to wire the requests of these together, set it in a constant combinator, and then have a decider reading a roboport network. Something like that. Stop the output inserter. Okay. Yeah, that would work. I was thinking about stopping it from actually filling up the chest, because the items in the chest are just the items that are stockpiled somewhere where you can never use them. Whoopsie. You're meant to be there. Also there. All these are actually wrong too. Oh, it's all wrong. Because it needs to go into the second one, not the first one. Speaking of... So first, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, particularly processing units. You don't want those sitting, accumulating somewhere, not doing anything. Especially when you're trying to start the mega base. You could use a buffer chest. Buffer chests actually do have a few limitations. You can't request from... You can't go buffer to buffer, which is a problem. Because I was like, oh, I'll make my... the passive provider in my make everything a buffer chest. Turns out that doesn't work. About 300 of speed 3 prod modules. Maybe going for 4K science a minute. Wow, that's a lot of science. How did I find that out? I asked about it. Because the Make Everything has a problem now where... so, in one of the updates in the last few months, I think in August about, maybe a little bit older, so logistics try to pull from storage chests instead of passive providers first. So as this thing runs now, instead of emptying out the the passive provider, it'll try and pull from storage. Same as external megabase. Ah, nice. So trying to build up something like that. It's no small task. Although I think it's okay for now. But the base is completely out of iron, which is understandable. Apparently it's made some refineries too. The fact that this is completely clogged up with speed 1s sort of gives the indication of what I was talking about. Where it's just pulling more speed 1s from elsewhere, it's not using the passive provider. Yeah, because there's lots of speed 1s in here, in storage. I can actually see them as 100, or let's open up the thingy. 5,700, there you go. Yeah, so it's just pulling those, not using the passive provider. And what happens eventually is the passive provider completely fills up. This one hasn't been affected by it too much, but there are things like the mad science base that was a problem. So will active provider now? It might be the case, or we'll have to see how we go with the buffer chests. If I can still use them. But that's a wait and see. Yeah, I think I need to actually do this again. So 1. Ah, crap. In fact, let's just do the carry on regardless and just sort this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, you. 4. Should be able to manually set the priority of chests. I think it's to avoid logistics loops. Otherwise, you'd have buffer chests calling from buffer chests, and you'd end up in this circular argument. What did you use for 2-lane one-way segments blueprint book? That's if you need to separate out... I don't think I actually have an example of a situation here where it's necessary. No. That came up in Mad Science. Like the smelter entries and exits, which were quite far apart from each other. It's still not right. Because there's one missing. There we go. That then goes there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next group, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay. Crosslinks might actually be better with the 16s at the bottom. I still think inclined to say my thinkings. Alrighty. Just bring that down there. Alrighty. So top of that. This is going to get interesting. How am I going to do this? If I do the opposite... think about the issue of buffer to buffer, you can have a buffer input all the requests into the ME, so requesters will pull from that. No, it's not good. You supply 2 lines to the last 16. Ah. Damn it. Wait a minute. Oh, do you mean that? Because that's coming off of another 4 lane. Like so. Or do you mean... Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. What the hell did I do? Okay, so you... End of the second group. Let's be consistent. End of the third group. Like so. And end of the fourth group. So you are meant to go there. Like so. Autosave. Yeah. Third of 3. Third of 2 joins up there. This one. Second of 2. Third of 2. Second of third. I think we got it now. There should be a pattern to it realistically. Alright. If that's okay. All good. Let's just hope for the best. I'm just thinking, what would that look like? If I was to pull it up next. Or should I do this second one? Let's also test the second one. Yeah, as big as the steel smelter. So this new steel smelter is actually the size of the entire combined iron and steel smelter. And it's actually not the full length too. And that's just steel. So the final smelter is probably going to be like out there somewhere. The final smelter width. Which is ridiculous, to say the least. So you come up there. This could work. Like this comes up here. It's the first of that. So we'll go over to there. It doesn't actually matter what splitter it hits. How do I decide on an outpost train when doing train base where production is not the same pace? So you believe it will ever be final? No. I say final to try and convince myself. But it's never final, it's perpetual. So when I decide on a train, normally I just start with like a 242 or something, which is a good balance. So like for a starter base, a 242 unloads nicely into a steel smelter setup. And then for going bigger, it depends. Like these are two 8.2s now from 3.6.3s. So I've changed these 3 times now, 4 times actually if you count the 1.4.1s from 12. So I set it up loosely by working out how long it takes for each train to cycle through. Aim for somewhere between 30 seconds to 1 minute. So, I mean the outpost train to supply, you're making the outpost. I never actually do the same, as far as the train construction, outpost construction train, I never do the same thing twice. Thinking again. So that's 2. 10 UPS makes it findable. What UPS considered unplayable? Once you get below 25, it's pretty much unplayable. Missing one. Oh. It's so nice having the bot speed because they come here so much quicker when they're not in a trolling mood. Where they get like 1 pixel from delivering and then go back to charge. There we go. There. Number 3. So there. And there. And there. And this becomes 4. Hard to decide on how much to put in, like I may want my base to find out. The train just sit in it. The outpost train. Hey Barbara, how's it going too? Barbara 1975. 1975 was a long time ago. Yeah, because if you put too much stuff in an outpost train, it's incredibly expensive. Did that 64, the balancer from last time, get built, or is this it? This is it being upgraded to version 15. Should belt base still have blue belts? Just. Oh, I made him feel old. I'm sorry. I'm old too. Not 1975 kind of old, but old. Huh. Oh. I'm out of belt again. Worse is when you get run over by a big train, always. There's a train with my name on it somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Admittedly, they all have my name on it. It's actually interesting, most of these don't have any kills anymore, even though they've run over plenty of biters in their day. Alright. I have a feeling these will very likely go down. Too close. That's gonna get awful interesting. What are we doing today? So we're gonna modernize this 64 lane balancer, then finish smelting. Hopefully. But I spent the last like 30-40 minutes working on this thing. I'm just thinking about how to do this bit. Sure, I'm building it myself. I haven't seen a 64 lane balancer that really does what I want. Like all of them either use some sort of fractal design, or some other, or like it's a single block, not spaced out by 4 tiles, which really affects the number of active entities, which I really need to worry about. I don't know. I know there's a 256 lane balancer in existence, but the thing basically doesn't use undergrounds. This is going to be only a half balance one. Or a half throughput one, really. I could change these to 16 lane ones, which would help. It's like the Reddit blueprint book 8 lane balancer uses like 6 times the belt or something stupid of the Matsuri one. And so I prefer to use the Matsuri one for that reason. Permission for link, eh? There we go. I've seen a 3 tile one as well. Yeah, that's one of the super compact ones. One 340 underground 897 192 is actually pretty good. Hey Rose, how's it going? What do we have here though? 540, 154. And I do like the 4 spacing, although that one is tempting. Good, got set. How do I keep it from being the wrong way? I make it an odd length. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, apparently not this one, but it is mirrored down the center. I think these two are nearly identical. Yeah, so this is like the 2 N wagons has track. These has row reports and bots. These 2 wagons are filtered identically, and then chests and mining drills and poles. Same in this side, and then this one. It alternates, but either one can actually fill it. Normally I would actually make it a odd number, so it would have a single center carriage. Setting up something in your base, also in a minute, probably won't remember. Oh yeah, oil, of course. Always oil. Yeah, my one's pretty late game. As you keep getting bigger, you add more to it, rather than having a big one from the start, because their outpost train's a big drain on resources otherwise. I actually have a feeling I'm doing this all wrong. Because, yeah. Yeah, you actually got 827 set up. Just need to get sulfuric acid and batteries and stuff. Oh, nice. I think it might be worth reviewing the thing as well. Let's see. Gears takes 23 belts out of this thing. None of them take nice numbers. Oh, actually. What I might do is I'll shelve this idea for now. We'll save this for later. Let's carry on with the smelting. Yep, the spreadsheet time again. It might actually be possible to build it without a balancer at all. Just because the number of whole numbers is much higher compared with the old one. That's why I think it might be possible, rather than lots of fractions. That's all the copper needed, and even then it barely needed it. So... yeah, won't click. There we go. Now, did I prepare a smelter? Yes, I did. I think I did. Can't you just balance off smelting? Sort of. Focus the 16 balances, not splitting. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it, is to break it up into smaller networks. This was another thing I did on the side. Was made a mirrored version of the smelter. Just so I didn't have to stare at it, yell at it. Although I think it's missing a belt. Yes. Yes, it is. Why does that do that? Yeah. Yeah. Still needs the belt up the side, unfortunately. Which is an interesting choice to go with. That don't look right at all. It's going to take some fixing. One question is, in bringing petroleum down to other resources to make sulfuric acid and batteries, or bring the resources up off oil. I'm actually these days partial to bringing the petroleum closer to the base, so you don't have to run belts that far. What is going on here? Oh, that was important. Eh. Okay. Seems right. Stops there. Stops there. Still using prod modules and smelters? Yeah. Probably not going to change that. It's there. 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 Okay. To there. There. Alright. So now I've got to reverse this. I don't know why it does that extra beep thing to tell me I can't click. It's not the right position. It enters at the lowest point. Yeah. Where do you go? Oh, I need to mirror this entire thing. Alright. You know what, I'm gonna tear it all down and start again. This was just something I put down quickly as a... for speeding up the process, but it's obviously not working. There's too many errors in it. Now one of these is this version. No idea which one. That one. Pop that there. Do I pick up beacons? Would like one or two. I don't think it was a clean copy of the one I put down as well. Now, get rid of that confusion. I'll put down another one. Like that. Actually, no, I won't. Let's construct from blueprints. So that comes up there. Get those out of the way. That might need to be moved in the not too distant future. There. Yeah. That's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Just remove belt so it's not confusing. And inserters. Okay. It's a good thing there's so much material lying around to do this. Now you come to there. 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 To there. Next is you. In there. Just give a shout out if you see anything out. It should be a mirror down the center of these beacons. There. 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 And there. And there. Where? Ah, there. There we go. Excellent. I just hope the 8 wagon unload actually handles this. It's the only thing I hope for. In theory, I should be able to grab these okay. In theory. Because they are the same, essentially. There's 4 of the same 14 long smelters. Pop that in. Yeah. Some reflection of that. You need an underground there. So yeah, 8 ore belts come in, 8 iron plates come out. Or plate belts come out. which is an upgrade from 4 in, 4 out. In theory, the trains drain at like 40 to something seconds. The unloader, I should say, drains at 40 something seconds. Hopefully I don't have to go to 4, 12, 4 or something, because that's the next multiple up that I have to use. I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to, though. One more underground at the new stamp. One more underground. Ah, yeah. Where does it go? Oh, yeah. Because these don't copy. These are all unique. So where does that actually go? It becomes the new thingy. Oh, wait. Oh. Confusals. The confusions are real. Yeah, because that terminates there. That... goes there. There and there. Okay. I think that's everything. Them confusal berries. And this will be much the same. I hope nobody notices that the substations are just all over the place. They're just smattered wherever. There. You come across to here, to there. That. There again. Missed an underground left row because of beacons. Back down here, was it? Left row. Hey, Steedix. Yes, the substations are all over the place. So there's an underground there, there. Or was it up here? In which case it would be there. And then there. It's not mirrored. Hey, Fanu. I found it already? Okay. Yeah, it should actually be mirrored down the center. It's just hurting my head to do so. There. So your lights are using 12 megawatts. That's an interesting thought. How many lights do I have? 2,500. That's a bit of power. Alright, so moving up. Hey, lovely Santa with a host there, thank you very much. Were you testing Bugzilla again? You're currently in the middle of a really large headache. Oh, where'd they go? Santa raid, woo! Oh yeah. Ho ho ho. Bitezilla for all. Just programming it. Ah. Ooh. So this one goes there. Santa and his elves. That needs to be there. No, it doesn't. Oh, damn it all. Oh, my head hurts too much now. Eh. There we go. People requested the streaming programming, so you did. And there you go. And there. To there. Sits on Mojo head and rubs. Okay. It's a good thing my head is too far distracted with this mirroring operation to comprehend that for this melter. Oh, I'm almost there anyway. This is the last column. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be another one there. Why? Ah, I see. I showy. Now it all makes sensicles. There. Hey, Shred Guy with the auto host now. Now I know where the Shred Guy auto host was living. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You're not 1. You're 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back down here. Output doesn't go anywhere currently. It needs to go there to there. Okay, so that's that. And that goes there. Whoop. Nightbot. I just add to regulars. Ah. That makes perfect sense now. Let's get rid of those bots. Oh, this is such a pain in the head, sack, and because I'm tired and sleepy and barely thinking. The thinking thing brain ooze just doesn't want to go. Let's get rid of that one. That's the old one. Let's make another one. Let's get this captured. There we go. Brain is evil sometimes. Only sometimes. Yeah, bots. Clogging me with bots again. Run iron through it and see it work? Yeah, that could work. What do I have? What do I have? I might need to run copper through it. Either is fine though. Oh right, you. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what happens. There's a plate. Coffee sometimes good for that. I've already had one coffee today. How do you find ore patch on RSO? Luck. Mostly. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I fixed that one backwards belt. It can take a lot of exploring in RSO to find ore patches. You can spend hours. Worst case. Run around by hand, not a huge amount. Generally push radar outposts with a lot of radars, like at least 4 radars. Or we could go full seeding and have like a chunk of radars, like 40 of them or 100. Whatever it was a lot. Also, yep, that skinny's off for that changeover. Can't be helped. Because it's physically impossible to fit it there. And it doesn't bother me. Yeah, you can't be there. That railway track. Watching the base at 60. It is a bit unusual to be running at 60. There. Now, I need to consult the thingy. How many of these did I need? 9 and 7. Red belt size? No, that's copper. 15 iron. 8 and 7. So that's 4. Let's see, now that's 6. And that's 8. Now how does the coverage cover? I'm going to need a bank of roboports. Gotta have full Roboport coverage. Full and total Roboport coverage. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Wish there was a mod to remove radar once they explore. There is RSO radar, having said that. Which is useful. 8 and 7. What did it need? 48.5. It's kind of annoying. So it was 2, 4, 6, 8. You know something's up because I've counted it like 4 times now. Now this can go. Full of junk. So that was a shift click. Alrighty. I'll have to stamp again. But that's almost iron done. Need that equipment hotkey to turn it. Oh god. The bot explosion. That's a broken network actually. Yep, it's a broken network. Because they're hunting more Roboports. You haven't? It's quite good? Ah, nice. What do we got? That one's broken. There we go. The rush. So that's iron smelting. It's basically just taken over all of smelting. That's a lot. Real question is, can I get away with 6? Because it's 56 and 60. Well, 64, which actually... So it's 48.5 belts on the circuits. Ah, crap. And you get into network range. Drain the garbage. In theory, the hard minimum is 13.25 unloaders. Which is 14. The problem is that does require a balancer. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 32. Four, 8, 12, 16. Is it? 4, 8. 4, 8, 12, 16, 32, 40. 48, 50. Wait a minute. 8, 16, 24, 32. It doesn't seem to add up. Of course it doesn't, because this is only half of the 8 that's needed. Now that's why it doesn't add up. Because I was counting them twice. So... 1, 2, 3... Then... 4. Ah, damn it. Come on, bots. There they are. So that's base smelting. That makes a hell of a lot more sense now. Put some substations down. How far radar go before we need a new one? What's the range of a radar? It's well, it's radar's about there to there. It's not actually a huge amount. Hey, Angie. But realistically, it should keep moving. It's also a good idea to move generally in one direction only, too. Okay. So, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. There we go. Speaking of radar, need one in here. What's this missing? Furnaces? It almost doesn't surprise me. And it is just connected. You got 2 for 1 ore and 1 for solar. Because UPS. You can actually make little self-contained solar thingies. If you have some solar panels. I actually have one down here. There it is. It just barely runs. It runs out of power at almost at the end of the night cycle. That's an older way of doing it. Okay. Purple. Has used all of the furnaces. So that's no good. What's it use? Steel. I think the thingy over here is making them anyway. Yeah, it is. So that's fine. That'll get on doing its job. It's actually completely satisfied it already. Alright, this needs to go. We do have a blueprint of this, I believe. Yep. Let's move circuits. Actually, need to move the path finally. Maybe something like that. Oopsie. Just paste this down. There we go. Oh, copper. So much copper. It's getting to the point where I'm wondering if entering in the center is actually now a good idea. And go... oh. That's why. Nope, should be good now. That has its own problems because it has to cross its own input path at some point to exit. Kind of nasty, actually. So copper's going to be out to about there. Oh, at least smelting can now match the trains. Kind of. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crap. I just realised I'm only halfway. Oh, I did it again. I'm gonna have to see if I can reduce the number of smelters. I'm using way too many. So I have, what is it, 48, say 49, maybe 50 even, going to circuits. Which is 110. 112. That's 14. So that's one less. But I'm at 8 right now. So 7 and 7, in theory. so much smelting. Can I find a way to cram more beacons in there? Training beacons for smelters at this point is not sure if it's worth doing. I have 64 belts of iron. Yeah, that covers the base, and then I need another 54 circuits. So this smelting so far only does the base. Yeah, I'll switch to that. So I have this so far. So 8 unloaders for this, because this is 60 belts. More or less. Yeah, the bare minimum 60, and then this is like 48. If this is 48. Oh, hang on. There we go. Well, 108's not divisible anyway, so it has to be 112. And even then, that'd be like 49. There it is. Need some math people to make some practical belt designs, eh? Figure out bootstrap build for military science. Oh, military is a lot of steel. It's actually a lot of even more iron plate because the turrets are nasty. Yeah, the original one I had was like 56, but that's a lot of waste really. But if I reduce it by 14, that's one lot of 8 that I can get rid of. I don't think I can go below 14 safely. It's 105. What's the next one down? Yeah, it's just over 13. And then 112. What's 106? No, it's 104. So it has to be 112 belts of iron, no matter what. It just gives you an idea of the ridiculousness of it. Yeah, I don't know how to make it more compact, unfortunately, without making it wider. The other option is just to make it taller, but I run into problems with it. This is set up to be as long as the steel smelter. That actually means this can go. Let's see, 1 and 2. There's also the point where I discover that I've misstamped one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why does Bob's mods always include more cheat mods? Because Bob's players like their cheat mods. So it's 8. Nine, 10. I better not do that. I was thinking, because it's 14, I could go 2, Roboport, 4, Roboport 4, Roboport 2. Or is it 2 or is it 1? I I think it's 1, actually. I'll just have 2 hang off the end. It'll be fine. It's 1, 2, 3, 4? 3? It's just 3. So that's 4, 8, 12 now. I think that was it. Yep, that's fine. I'll link those up. Radar. Which cheat mod? For me it's the inserters. And then the inevitable need for long reach. Stack sizes is questionable too. This one's broken up. Underground belt distance increase. It's the difference between going from 4 tiles to 8 tiles and 4 tiles to 50 tiles. Who's looking at you? I can't even remember the name of it again. I wanted to say Ditech, but it's not that. It's 12. That's true though, with the underground belts the cost was increased proportionally. Disproportionately, some would argue. Oh, actually, I'm wasting tiles by having the roboports gap it out. I should be compacting it. So this should actually be like there. Well, I say there, but it actually should be there. It's a small detail, but it adds up. What are we at? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2-ish, 3. That's a lot of bots. Not disagreeing about the funness. I'm just questioning where the cheat line is drawn. Anything, for me, a cheat mod is anything that defeats the core game logic. So anything which overcomes any inserter limitation. I know belt span is a bit of a grey area. Belt speed too is a bit more of a grey area. Technically, it doesn't defeat like having faster belts doesn't defeat the core logic. Having absurdly long spanning but underground belts does. Inserters do. Long reach does, because there are a lot of little exploits you can do with it. Yeah. I never liked the Bob's assembly machines. But that's just me. Yeah, anything that trivializes the puzzle. That's really what it boils down to. And there are a lot of things I find in Bob's that do that. Let's make it 2. One, 2, 3, 4. Like remove a biter with gun turret while you're out of range, or drop gun turret in the middle of a big base while you're sitting in the comfort of your base. Combat's in a way kind of a poor example. In a way. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4. Huh. Let's deal with it. I can't do the same there though. Or could I? Oh yeah, Bob's enemies and Bob's weapons do balance with each other. You can't have one without the other. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, basically, is just deconstruct the whole thing and start again. Because that's what you came here to see. Just to save that extra tile. Let's see now. Let's pop you over there. Right, do the song, rip it up, start again. Just realised you're the only one talking about it. Oh, that's fine. To pay for the resource... oh yeah, speed. Yeah, it's more of a grey area. Haha, you have to just need the solar now. What the hell's all this noise? So that's the first one. Let's get the second. That smelter line can move in one more tile to the right if where I printed it can. Oh, damn it. You're right. I should wait until it clears properly. And decide where. Or be like me and put it down and then be like, oh, I don't like it there, and then move it. There. All that network slowly shuts down. I'm gonna need some kind of Uber print. Super print. What the hell's that? Can go anyway. Like that. It's fine. It's the Konami approach to Factorio. Left down, right, up, down, left down, up, down. Spin to the right. Yeah, that's why I need to do the super blueprint, because it's just going to keep missing. I'm planning on leaving where I put it. You say that now. There. Have a blueprint. No. Come on. Deposit things. Although I think the base's construction bots are all over it now. Ah, I'm out of charge, that's why. Maybe storage chest? Maybe. Only maybe though. Yeah. I need to get in range of the base bots. There we go. Is there no radar there? No. No, there wasn't. No radars. Right, let's go for the next one. Maybe without the frame rate loss of holding the blueprint open until I get there. Alright, next one. So that was 4, 8, 12. I need 2 more. Totally not ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, there's more. There's always more, isn't there? Yeah, when you move your... Is this rebuilding? Yeah, adding and rebuilding. Because this iron smelter is now bigger than the entire old smelter. that bot switch on armor. So, probably the second most frequently requested addition behind train tunnels. There. So that's 14, which should be all of the iron smelting. What do you need, Miss Master Copper? It needs 87. Just 10.875. Preparing for 16, sort of. It gives me something to do leading up to 16. Yeah, so 87. Make the power surcharge when close to power pole. There's another option, which is okay. To 14. Get rid of you. Uh, 96. It would need to be a substation. That would make sense for substations because the way you throw red circuits into it. Would have watchers yesterday if you played anything other than Witcher. Not a fan of Witcher. I reckons 12 for copper. Do not. Well. Because I'll probably keep playing that. It'll probably be like once a week. How many other fusion reactors am I running? 2. It's actually not that many. Could probably benefit from 3. But I like legs. Legs are good. Yeah, 3 would really help. Oh, I can't forget the important thing again. Important thing being stone furnaces. Which I think is just one of these.